I'm Brian Bracey. I'm the Executive Director of the Huntington Water Quality Board, which oversees the Huntington Stormwater Utility. I'm here to talk about the floodwall pump station at Fourpole Creek, the largest of the 17 pump stations of the levee and floodwall system. This floodwall pump station poses a serious risk to our community. The Corps of Engineers built our levee and floodwall system more than 85 years ago. The levee and floodwall system comprises of 7 miles of concrete floodwall, 4.5 miles of earthen levee, with 17 pump stations. The Fourpole Creek pump station, which sits directly behind me, is the largest of our 17 floodwall pump stations. It sits at the confluence of the Fourpole Creek and the Ohio River. When the Ohio River reaches a flood elevation of 39 feet, the gates inside of the Fourpole Creek pump station are actually closed. And it prevents the Ohio River from backing up inside the city of Huntington. The only way to get the water of the Fourpole Creek back into the Ohio River is actually pumping out through that Fourpole Creek pump station. However, there's growing concern that the age of the infrastructure of Fourpole Creek pump station itself is near failure, making the station potentially inoperable during a high water event. This could be catastrophic for our city and our citizens. You could see neighborhoods like Enslow, Westmoreland, Southside, west end of Huntington, all flooding. Access in and out of Huntington through Route 60 all the way up to Hal Greer would be inaccessible due to the catastrophic failure of this pump station. The aging components also pose a serious risk to our employees.
The wires themselves are 80-some years old. They're brittle, they're dry rotted. We have breaker malfunctions inside the switchgear cabinets, broken mechanisms that we can't just go and buy. We have to fabricate them or have someone make them for us. There's a high risk of electrocution. There's no safety systems in place other than proper PPE when you're working on this kind of equipment. And we have arc flash suits and high voltage gloves that we used, but at the end of the day, it's 85-year-old technology, and it makes it difficult.
Upgrading the Fourpole Creek pump station could exceed more than $100 million. If you look at total cost of replacing our levee and floodwall system, it could be in excess of $500 million. The Huntington Stormwater Utility is currently conducting a risk assessment to identify its greatest needs. We can't expect the citizens of Huntington and our businesses to pay for this upgrades alone. It's going to take federal and state partners to help us get out of the problem that we're dealing with today of a very old and aging infrastructure.
The flood wall stations are going to fail. The flood wall itself is going to fail. And what we have to do is continue to maintain it, because we can't prevent the failure, we can only delay that at some point in the future. And eventually we're going to have to really invest to find ways to make sure that this doesn't continue to be a financial burden for the city, because if it fails, the city is in real trouble.